Today I'm coming to you from the famous Shibuya Crossing, the intersection that supposedly gets the most foot traffic in the world right here in Tokyo. So, today I'm here to talk about Ultraman, or rather the latest Ultraman adaptation, which unfortunately does not have a better subtitle than simply Ultraman. They couldn't have gone with Ultraman the New Generation or Son of Ultraman. They had to go with Ultraman himself. Anyway, this is the Hachiko statue right here, famous statue of a dog that was loyal to his owner and waited at the station every single day, even after the owner passed away. Now, back to Ultraman. This is a character who's extremely famous in Japan, and yet pretty much no one knows about him in the United States. And for good reason. The US market is pretty much oversaturated with comic book heroes and has been like that for a very long time. Why import Ultraman when you have Spider-Man, Batman, Superman, and the like? Well, Ultraman actually has the Guinness World Record for the most spin-offs of any TV series, or at least it did in 2014, not sure if it still does. But yeah, that just goes to show just how famous he is, and yet probably no one knows him outside of Japan except for perhaps a few random Arabic countries where the adaptation was imported. Anyway, this guy, Ultraman, in the original series, he's a tokusatsu hero. That basically means like special effects or something like that. Kind of like a Power Ranger, I guess. And in this new adaptation, rather than a Monster of the Week sort of thing, they actually made this a continuous plot featuring the guy's son. Yes, typical story where the son takes over the superpowers from the father. The father is no longer Superman, or rather Ultraman. And the son inherits genetic powers sort of from him, these cosmic powers to fight aliens. But at the same time, there is also an element of fighting in a robotic suit. And it's not exactly clear where the line between the inherited superpowers and the line of the robotic superpowers comes into play. Because also, two other characters are able to wield Ultraman-like powers simply by wearing the Ultraman suit, and it's not clear whether they've inherited any kind of cosmic superhero powers themselves. So that's basically what the power is. The guy, he has super strength, he can kind of jump really far, he can even fly at some points, and he faces a lot of the sort of plot points that a lot of superheroes face. He is a teenager, he has to go through all kinds of feelings towards girls for the first time, who also get involved in his misadventures fighting aliens. Let's see, he has to struggle with the ethics of whether it's okay to kill aliens, big surprise. And, you know, that sort of thing. And the show, it's kind of just getting to its start. Like I said, this is not a Monster of the Week kind of show like Ultraman was in the past. This is a show that has a continuous plot, and it also appears to be hit by the coronavirus bug, that being that a lot of anime right now are being canceled or at least postponed mid-season to deal with the coronavirus affecting the availability of seiyuu and other staff. So I can only give it a single tilde right now because the plot really hasn't developed much. It's just a very generic superhero story right now. But there is a lot of room to improve. Also worthy of noting, the direction is done by the same crew that's doing the new Ghost of the Shell adaptations. The Ghost in the Shell adaptation being done in 3D, just like this Ultraman one. And I gotta say, I do like the Ghost in the Shell 3D stuff, but this one in Ultraman, it's fine, but it's not as crisp. If you generally don't like 3D, you're definitely not gonna like this one, but I think it's just fine. Nothing really special about it so far, though. We'll see where it goes. I'll review the next season, but as of right now, it's not really worth your time unless you have some sort of nostalgia for the old Ultraman.